The other day I took a trip down to Wisconsin Dells and my window went down and it didn't come back up. And as you can tell, it's winter, so it was not fun. For the 6-hour ride back up north, I decided to just wrap it like this, and it was really annoying. It was warm though, so I guess that's good. But in this video, let's go ahead and pull my door panel off and let's make the window go up. We might have to tape it up, but maybe we'll figure out what's wrong and fix it while we're in that door panel too. So let's jump right into it and let's start pulling this thing apart. There's a couple screws to get this door panel off. One is behind this light, one is under this cover in the cup holder, and then there's some behind the door handle. And we also got to pull this upper trim off. So let's go ahead and start with that. That was pretty easy. Now there's also this cover behind the door handle, so let's go ahead and get that out of here. That's our screw to our door panel. And like I said, we got to pull this reflector off, so let's pull that out too. And then this cover on the door too. So now I'm gonna either take an 8 or a 10mm socket, and I'm gonna pull this screw, these two, that one, and then all of this should just pop right off. For some reason this one's a 7. Now, since all the screws for the door panel are taken off, this thing should just pop off. But first, I need to take all this clear plastic off because it is taped to the door panel. And I'm also just going to empty the stuff out in there. There's a spatula in there. Don't need it anymore, though, hopefully. Otherwise, you're going to see me wrapping this again. We got all the trash gathered off of the door. Now we can start popping out the door panel. So to get this door panel off, I have to get the cable for the door lock out of there. And then there's this main connector for the whole door panel that has a lock on it. You have to unlock it and pull that off. So let's do that. So I got the door panel off, and if you're doing this yourself, don't baby the plug, because I was struggling pretty bad, but I just had to give her a good yank out of there. And then this cable piece, you have to compress this like this, and then it'll just pull right out through the bottom. That was pretty simple. But now let's go ahead and pull this shield off so we can see the window and try to push it up. So yeah, we're gonna carefully remove this waterproofing and try not to rip it. I'm already ripping it. Hold on. That was legit like a whole 20-minute process, but I got all the sealant off the door, and now we can pull this weather stripping off the door. Whatever Chevy uses on the back of these, that stuff's pretty strong. I ended up heating up that spatula and kind of using it like a big razor blade to get that off. Also, it being frozen does not help. But after all that work, we finally have access to our window. And if you can see, there's a piece of duct tape I dropped down here. I was trying to stick duct tape down into the trim, grab the window and pull it up, but that just didn't work, and I dropped the piece down there. I'm gonna inspect this thing and try to figure out what's actually wrong, but I'm gonna also try to get this window back up. All right, so ignore the guy snow blowing behind me, but we gotta get a wrench in here or a socket. And I gotta loosen this bolt down here that holds the window in, and then over here there's a hole to get to that bolt that holds the window on the actual thing. I don't care to fix it right now, I just wanna be warm. So I'm gonna unbolt those 2 bolts and I'm gonna try to slide the window up, because right now it's currently